Hello again, everyone. I'm sorry there's been such a delay in getting back onto YouTube to make another video, but unfortunately I've been quite unwell with this pneumonia thing. So I'm just doing a quick update to let you know what's going on. I apologise. I have been working on it every day, but unfortunately not well enough to talk. So unfortunately for you today, I can talk. Anyway, I just wanted to explain a few things about why I'm doing the video, why I'm doing this series. I'm 63 years old, 2 years off of retirement. Basically, it's enforced retirement virtually in England, but not forced, but you're supposed to leave when you're 65. And after reading a story about Colonel Sanders and how he started trying to sell his recipe when he was in his 60s, and trolling around 1,000 different places trying to get people interested in his wonderful recipe, I thought I'll just see whether I can do it myself. Start from scratch at 63 and achieve all the things I'd wanted to achieve during my life. I've had a pretty fantastic life using the law of attraction things. I've had some pretty fantastic ups and downs and lots of downs, but they're all there to help you. They help you to be a stronger person and to learn important lessons. And if you listen to any of the Hans Wilhelm YouTube videos, you'll understand more about that. But I'll cover that a bit more in my blog when I actually get it written properly, get it up online. Anyway, I'm disgusted with myself that I'm on benefit, and I had to live on benefit. The problem in England is that we have a fantastic national insurance system that basically will catch you when you fall and keep carrying you until you end up taking your last breath. I don't want to survive like that. I want to be responsible for my own input into life. The thing is, I feel as though if I don't make my own way in life, I'm not worthy of having a good life. It's just something that I learnt from my parents. That's not to say that people on benefit are not worthy of having a good life. They are. It's just that they haven't been shown there's a way out of it. For most people, there's actually a way of generating your own income, as long as you're determined and as long as you've got enough energy to keep going and to try to keep going. I'm not saying it's easy. Just to give you an example, I'm disabled. I spend most of my time in a wheelchair and I can't use the left side of my body properly. But my brain works just about sometimes. And so I can get out of this horrible dependency on everybody else paying for me. I don't want to go out. I don't want to live my life with everybody else paying for everything I have in my life. Perhaps it's a short-sighted viewpoint, but I really think it's important to make one's own way. And just because I can't use the left side of my body doesn't mean I'm useless. Although I may be pretty useless, but no. Anyway, what I intend to do is to prove to you that even at 63 years of age, when you're badly disabled, you can still make a life for yourself and still achieve goals that you want if you have got the right mentorship, if you get the right people guiding you, and if you are determined and you've got a good enough reason to keep pushing forward. Everything in life, as you know, is about pain and pleasure. Every single thing we do is based on the amount of pain we'll have and the amount of pleasure. And that's the same for every living thing. That's why plants make decisions about how to climb up walls based on how much sunlight they get. Obviously, the pleasure of being alive to the plant is better than just giving up and just not even trying. I'm sorry this is a bit jumbled, but I'm still recovering. But I can assure you that within the next couple of years, I will have achieved my goal. My goal has always been, since I was 8 years old, to try to equal out the imbalance between parts of the world where people are starving and have no money, and no water and no jobs and no hope. And my goal has always been to try to level the playing field a bit for everybody. Using the law of attraction means that as long as you're focused on what you want to do and what you're going to achieve, and what you're going to achieve, it will definitely happen. If you've ever looked into the background of the law of attraction, you'll find it all comes from things that were written about, God-based things and creator-based things. In fact, the reason my mother and father knew so much about it was because my mother was brought up knowing about the new thought movement in the mid 19th century. She was a very avid reader and historian, and she kept reading about all these people who were using the teachings of Jesus the Christ, peace be upon him, to make their lives better and make other people's lives better, and how the missionaries used their firm belief in going out to different parts of the world to help people, to ensure they actually did what they wanted to. I'm sorry this is a bit disjointed, but it's a bit hard to breathe. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this is to give everybody hope and to let anyone who's like me had their pension totally destroyed and nothing to look forward to apart from a remaining lifetime full of poverty. I'm just going to show you that it doesn't have to be that way. That's why I'm starting from I'm starting this video log from when I've got absolutely nothing, so that you can see how things change over the next few years. The law of attraction isn't a timed thing. You don't put a time on it because it's controlled by the universe. You just have to have the intention and the belief and the dedication and commitment. Sorry, but I really am making this just to give everybody hope. So please don't, if like me, you've come to the sort of, I forgot what they call it, the summer of your life or whatever it is, the twilight. Just because you're getting to retirement age doesn't mean you may as well give up and live in a shoebox or put yourself on a shelf. There's no difference between the person you are now and the person you were when you were 20. We're not actually any older, as you know. Our bodies regenerate, rather like Doctor Who. Although when I regenerated, I didn't turn into a girl like the latest Doctor Who has. Unfortunately. But anyway, although some people may agree with that. But our bodies totally regenerate every 15 to 20 years, apart from one small part of our brain where the memories are supposedly stored. But just because we're told that at 65 we're supposed to retire doesn't mean that our lives are over. You're not old at 65. I'm definitely not old. I might look like an old wreck, but that's because I've been ill and disabled for a while. But I definitely will achieve the goals I intend to do. And one of the things about the law of attraction is you have to keep going and keep being committed. And you can't work out what the next stages and steps are going to be because the universe will throw them in your path. And you have to be like a hunter and get out there and keep hunting around for something that will help you to achieve your goal. So over the coming months, I'll be explaining to you what I'm doing and how I will achieve my goal of building these self-perpetuating entrepreneurial schools in India and Pakistan and Africa, which will happen. My goal isn't primarily to be a billionaire, it's to make sure that I can help other people to live good lives and not feel full of despair all the time, like all these poor children that are carrying 10-gallon drums of water 10 miles a day. I would encourage you to look at the water charity website, because I forgot the name of the chap, Charles something, has done a fantastic job of proving that things like the law of attraction really do work. he went out there and saw how bad things were and decided that he was going to do something. And the work he's accomplished is absolutely phenomenal. We can all make a tremendous difference if we decide we want to. I had always thought that I should put possessions on the back burner, because I thought the important thing was just to help other people. And then I crossed paths with a chap called Wesley Virgin, who showed me that you don't have to do that. You can just still encapsulate everything that you want into the goals you had intended to complete. And so there's a full list of my goals on my blog, which will eventually be put online when I can stop coughing. But the other thing that's fantastic is I finally realised why my university in Australia, Deakin, uses Mac computers. I've been in here for the last 2 weeks, and a week ago my MacBook went wrong, and because of the COVID thing and no visitors being allowed, I had absolutely no hope whatsoever of getting it fixed. The thing is, Macs will fix themselves if they go badly wrong, and so my Mac gave me a warning that something was wrong, and it said, do I want to fix it, and let it fix it and erase the disk. If I'd done it on a Windows computer, I'd be really stuck. On a Mac, it saved all my login details and erased the hard disk, downloaded a new operating system, and within half an hour it was up and running again perfectly. Once I'd remembered my iCloud password, which took me a while. But anyway, so thanks to my university in Melbourne, Deakin, I found out that Macs were worth having, and that saved me from having to wait until I get out of here, which could be goodness knows when. As I mentioned on one of the earlier videos, you can use the law of attraction for health-related things, but I think that's a bit of a waste. I think that our Creator has given us an amazing machine to live inside, a biological machine that is created just to repair itself. So with help of professionals and proper guidance, our machine will repair itself. I had severe heart failure a few years ago and was told that my heart could not possibly survive. And I had 3 years maximum to live, and that even with a heart transplant I wouldn't survive because it had done so much damage. But that was 2013, and it's 2020 now, so I've survived for a bit longer than they said. Thanks to our Creator giving us such a wonderful self-repairing machine. But anyway, I'll go because it's probably getting a bit tiresome listening to me gasping for breath. I apologise for the fact there's been such a delay. But I will get the other things up and running, and I will try to do a video every day. Now I seem to be able to breathe enough to talk. I really appreciate everyone that's subscribed and liked the videos, and it really makes a lot of difference. Thank you very much. And please, if you have anyone else who's worried about coming to the retirement stage of their life and hasn't got the money to do the things they wanted to do, please ask them to watch, because this will help them. I promise you it will show them exactly how to get out of the hopeless situation they may feel as though they're in. I spend lots of time with people normally, apart from pre-COVID time, talking to people who feel as though there's no hope because they've got no pension and they've got no chance of getting another job and so on. And people just don't like being on benefit, despite what the newspapers say. Most people have got pride and don't want to be on the benefit. But there really is a way out, and that's why I'm doing this, to show people that you can achieve the things you want to in life. I've achieved some pretty impossible things using the law of attraction during my life. Well, things that other people told me were impossible. But you'll hear more about that over the next boring few months. Anyway, I really appreciate you listening. But please, if you have anyone else who feels as though they're trapped in a hole, please assure them that they're not. There is a way out of everything. And the universe does have our back all the time and does provide for us. whether you call the universe God or Jesus, peace be upon him, or Allah. It's the same thing. Everything is the same. Everything is what created us and is protecting us. And it's all just down to love, as you obviously probably already know. So please tell anyone else you know that this will be a complete guided course, and it will start being valuable from tomorrow, I promise. I'm not sure how long after tomorrow, but it will start being valuable. So I'll tell you exactly what I did and the preparation I've put in. And it's nothing's get rich quick schemes. You have to just put the work in and really want to achieve the end goal. I've had the same end goal since I was 8 years old, so I've always known. The thing is, the reason I didn't achieve it before is because we're human and we get distracted by things. So although I've always wanted to try to level the balance between the rich and the poor countries, when I had children, they seemed much more important to me, which was a bit selfish, really. But anyway, but we're human. That's what happens. We get distracted by things, and that's why people who talk about the standard law of attraction, like in The Secret, who keep on about affirmations and things. Affirmations are a part of it, but the main thing is what Wesley, something I've forgotten his name. It's Wesley Billionaire, something Virgin. He's a lovely chap, and he really does explain everything properly. In fact, he is more than happy to tell people how to make money without spending any money. I was amazed the other day. He was giving a talk to people about how you can make money by the end of tomorrow without spending any of your own money, particularly if you haven't got any. And there aren't many people who will do that. He has the most amazing brain and comes up with the most amazing schemes of how to survive. Anyway, I'll stop talking. I'm sorry it's a bit gaspy still. But stay safe, happy, healthy, and keep out of the COVID scene. All right? I'll hopefully make another video tomorrow, and I'll get the blog up and running and my action plan so you can see what's going on. Thank you. Goodbye. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.